I am Anil Kumar. Welcome to my YouTube channel and the website globalmathinstitute.com. Let me thank all the viewers and subscribers for watching my videos and posting brilliant questions. Here is an excellent question from one of our subscribers in Myanmar. Francis, thanks a lot for sending this question. I hope its solution will help many others. The question here is, there are two boxes A and B. Box A has 18 apples and 42 bananas. Box B has 36 apples and 50 bananas. Some apples are transferred from box B to A. Some bananas are transferred from box A to B. Now the ratio of apples to banana in box A is 3:4 and that in box B is 1:2. Find the number of bananas and apples transferred. Well, indeed, this question has many statements to process. I've actually written them in a particular order, simple statements, and we'll try to understand the situation from them one by one. I will also introduce to you a strategy to solve such questions. So there are many strategies. One of them is UMCL. So let me highlight this here. UMCL stands for understand the situation, make a plan, carry out the plan, and then look back, right? Okay, so let's try to understand this situation now. So first step here is that we have two boxes A and B. So let's say these are our boxes. So this is our box number one, which we are calling as A, and then we have a box B, A and B. Box A has 18 apples and 42 bananas. So let's write down here 18, A for apples, and 42 bananas. Box B has 36 apples and 50 bananas. So we have got apples and bananas in these boxes. Some apples are transferred from box B to A. Some bananas are transferred from box A to B. Now, whenever we say some, we don't know how many, right? So this is something very different. How many? We don't know. So we will assume that the number of apples being transferred is A and number of bananas are B. So that is how we are trying to understand the situation. You get an idea, right? So, so some apples are transferred from B to A. So from B to A, we are transferring apples and we are saying A apples. So they get added up here. And then we are also saying some bananas are transferred from A to B. From A to B, we are transferring bananas. We're calling them B. So when that happens, situation changes, right? So the boxes now will contain different numbers of apples and bananas. So let's rewrite this. So now what we have here is we have more apples here. So we have 18 plus A as the number of apples. On the other side, since A were transferred, we have 36 minus A, right? So those are the apples which are in A and B. And how about the bananas? Well, we had 42 and in bananas we took away B. So it'll be 42 minus B. And in the second case, we added them up. So it'll be 50 plus B, right? So these are our apples and bananas, right? So in box A and B, situation has changed. And let's rewrite this situation as these are the apples for us now. These are the bananas, right? Now it says, now the ratio of apples to bananas in box A is 3:4. So in box A, apples to bananas is 3:4. That is to say that apples 18 plus A over banana, which is 42 minus B, the ratio is 3:4. Does make sense to you? So this is how we are going to interpret the next statement, which is now the ratio of apples to bananas in box A is 3:4, and that in box B is 1:2. So apples to bananas we are writing, right? So apples to bananas, that is the ratio we are looking into. So in this particular case, it is going to be 36 minus A over 50 plus B, and this ratio is 1:2. Do you get an idea? So we now have two different conditions and two unknowns, and now we can actually make a plan to solve it. Do you understand? So I hope this page gives you a good idea about how we looked into it. We kind of made a plan, and we have figured out that there are two different equations, and these equations can be solved, right? Since there are only two variables A and B to be figured out. Perfect. The question demands that the last statement here is what? It is saying find the number of bananas and apples transferred. That means we have to find the numbers A and B, which are right there. So these are the variables which we define, which we need to figure out. And since we have two conditions, we can always figure them out. Correct? So let's go to a fresh page and solve this particular equation. So to summarize, what we have is the condition given to us, and I'll again rewrite this. I kind of wrote in the terms of ratios, but it is always better to write as a fraction. So what we figure out is that the two boxes 18 plus A, the apples, over the bananas, which is 42 minus B, the ratio is 3:4. So when I say this is the ratio of apples and bananas in box A, we can cross multiply, and we can write this as 4 times 18 plus A equals to 3 times 42 minus B. And that gives you equation in A and B, correct? So when you multiply, 8 times 4 is 32. So we get 72 here plus 4A plus 3 times 2 is 6 and 126 minus 3B. And bringing A and B together, we get one equation which is 4A plus 3B equals to 126 minus 72. And 126 minus 72 is how much? 6 take away 2 is 4, and then we'll take 11, so we get 54, right? So we have 54. We'll call this as our equation number 1. So this will be called as one of our equations. The second condition, now let's look into that one, which is about box B, right? So in box B, we have 36 minus A, the number of apples, and bananas got added by B, and the ratio become 1:2. So we'll actually cross multiply. So 2 times this, we get 2 times 36 minus A equals to 1 time 50 plus B. And that gives the equation as 72. 36 times 2 minus 2A equals to 50 plus B, or I could write this equation as 2A, bringing 2A to the right side, right? 2A plus B equals to 50 on the other side. Taking away 50 from 72 gives me 22, right? So we have the second equation here. So we have two equations and two unknowns. So we are going to solve these two equations now. So clearly 2A plus B is 22, and here we have 4A plus 3B as 54. And these two equations can be solved, and then we can find the solution. And that is what we call carry out the plan, correct? So getting back to our plan, we made a plan, and now it's time to carry it out. we'll solve the equations. So let us see how to solve these equations. So once again, let me just copy these equations. We have 2a plus b is 22 and 4a plus 3b equals to 54. So the equation is 2a plus b is 22 and 4a plus 3b is 54. So these are the two equations. Now to solve them, we could adopt the method of substitution or elimination, right? So we could do any of those methods. So it is up to you. So if you want to do substitution, then from here we can say what is b equals to. We have b is equals to 22 minus 2a. So we can substitute this value for b. So we get 4a plus 3 times 22 minus 2a equals to 54. And now we have 4a plus 3 times 66 minus 6 times 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 6a equals to 54. And that gives you minus 2a equals to 54 minus 66. Or you can write this as, well, let's write this as minus 2, and this gives us 12. So the value of a is 12 over 2, which is 6. So we get the value of a as 6. Now once we have the value of a as 6, we can find what b is, correct? Right from this equation. So let's rewrite b as equal to 22 minus 2a. And so b is 22 minus 2 times 6. So b is 22 minus 12, which is 10. So we get the value of a as 6 and the value of b as 10. Is it clear to you? So we have carried out a plan and we got our answer. So when you look back, what do you get? We need to figure out, find the number of bananas and apples transferred, correct? So let's see what we get. So we have apples at 6 and bananas as 10. So in that case, 6 and 10, let's check our result and see if it makes sense, right? So apples A, we get 6 and bananas B, we get 10. So those were the numbers which uh, were transferred. So if I do that, let's check our result now. So these were the two boxes to begin with. Initially, we had 18 apples and 42 bananas, correct? And the second one had 36 apples and 50 bananas. Some apples were transferred from B to A. So from B to A, we actually transferred apples. So they got added here. So in apples, we got plus 6, minus 6, and that number gives you 30 here. And when you add 6, we get 24. On the other side, we actually transferred from here bananas, which were 10. So when you transfer, you get less 10. So it becomes 32. In this case, adds up 10, so you get 60. So as you can see, that the ratio here is 1 is to 2. Correct? So this is 30 over 60, which is same as 1 is to 2. So that is the ratio for apples to bananas. I should write, because A and B were boxes taken. So apples to bananas is 1 is to 2. And in this case, the ratio is 24 is to 32. Dividing both by 8, we get 3 is to 4. Perfect. So that is what we get. And that is what was expected. So the answer is correct. We want to find the number of apples and bananas transferred. These are 6 and 10. Clear, right? So that is how you're going to write your solution. And so our answer here is 6 apples and 10 bananas transferred. Is that clear, right? So that is how we can actually get the solution. So I hope this approach of solving word problems is absolutely clear. First step is U stands for understand the situation, then work out a plan, make a plan, carry out the plan, and then look back means check your result. Perfect. So I hope that helps. Feel free to write your comment, share your views, and if you like and subscribe to my videos, that'd be great. Thanks for your time and all the best.